So yesterday we got some big news regarding Mythic Plus for Dragonflight Season 2, and I just had to talk about it. While I'm a little excited and happy for some of the changes, I'm a little bit skeptical for the rest. So first of all, Vortex Pinnacle is now available on this week's Mythic Plus testing on the PTR, so if you haven't jumped on that already, now is your chance. They continue by saying there are new affixes and adjusted affixes available for testing. Players can purchase scrolls from the keystone vendors to add these to their keystones. I did some testing and I think we only did like fortified and tyrannical to test out like how the scaling was and to get a feel for the dungeons themselves. I need to go back and do some more. The only problem with that is like being a momentum demon hunter and zipping around and having 130 latency. It doesn't feel great. So my testing is very limited, and I think I'm probably going to do very minor testing for the most part and just jump into it when it releases. Next up, we have some new affixes, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Incorporeal? Incorporeal? Is that how it's pronounced? So basically, while in combat, incorporeal beings appear and attempt to destabilize players with spells that reduce their damage and healing done. Incorporeal beings are susceptible to all forms of crowd control. I don't fully understand it. Perhaps we can be like CC'd in a number of ways. We can be stunned, feared, maybe even like taken over. It seems like a bit of an odd one to me. I'm not sure about this one. Is it just an effect that happens on your character? Is it like a ghost that spawns and starts messing with you? I don't understand. I guess I'm going to have to play some PTR. I'm going to have to grab the effects and do some testing. But yeah, that one sounds a little odd to me. It doesn't sound very creative either. I'm really not sure. But again, I'm not going to like judge a book by its cover. I'm going to jump in and test it for myself. And of course, this is on the PTR. It's not live for a while now, which is what the PTR is all about. So yeah, a lot could happen from now to release. The next new affix is Afflicted. While in combat, afflicted souls appear that seek the aid of players. Afflicted souls spawn with poison, curse, and disease afflictions. Removing any of these afflictions or restoring the spirit to full health causes it to despawn. Fail to remove their afflictions in time will inflict players with a negative status effect. So the negative status effect, I guess, might be reduced damage, reduced healing, or reduced main stat sort of thing. I don't know. Kind of just sounds like a Grievous 2.0. I'm not fully excited about this one. Sounds pretty horrible, not gonna lie. Especially as I'm gonna be healing for the Season 2 0 to KSM. Yeah, thanks. I look forward to that one. The next affix is very basic in my eyes. Entangling. Do I really need to explain what it is? Of course I do. So, while in combat, entangling vines snare players. If you've ever played a druid or seen a druid, you know what entangling roots are, right? Yeah, I think this one's pretty much just the same thing. I think this is going to be one of the affixes that you hope for. It's going to be like an easier version. I'm not sure how you're going to break them. I need to do, again, some testing. I think paladins could potentially be huge for this one because they can spec into, is it double hand of freedom? I think that might be a thing. So Hand of Freedom might be something to get rid of the entangling effect on players. I'm really not sure. And I'm pretty sure I read somewhere where they can spec and get like double the charge, but don't quote me on that one. And then of course, years ago, I remember druids being able to shapeshift out of this sort of thing. I don't know if that's still a thing, and I have no idea about other classes. But yeah, potentially just a simple dispel would get out of this. Very underwhelming, I think, as an affix, but yeah. And then we have an update to the affix Explosive. Now, this has been a massive healer meme for a very long time. It's been a meme, and I've used it on my channel and joked about it as well, that it is basically a healer's job. But now, however, fewer explosive orbs spawn, but they now have substantially higher health, which I think indicates that DPS, you're gonna have to chip in here. And I think in terms of healers, I don't think it's your problem anymore. So I think you get off of that one, and I think that's gonna be huge. So yeah, Season 2 0 to KSM, I am healing, and I very much welcome this. But we don't stop there, because the following affixes have been retired for Dragonflight Season 2. That doesn't mean altogether. That means they may potentially come back for Season 3 and future seasons. But the following will not be seen in Season 2, and that is Quaking. Okay. Grievous. Yes. And Volcanic. So, I think the big one here is definitely Grievous. Because last reset we had Grievous and you couldn't find healers anywhere. Grievous is horrible to deal with for a healer. It's very stressful. A lot of healers struggle with it. And I very much wasn't looking forward to it for Season 2, I'll be honest. But with the which one is it? Is it the Afflicted? Afflicted just sounds like a replacement, to be honest. So you've got the Afflicted party members if you don't get rid of it. I don't know if that's on the healer to get rid of it, or the DPS and potentially tank can do something to get rid of it. It honestly just sounds like they're replacing one with the other, but again, we need to do some testing on the PTR to actually see what it's all about. However, looking at it, Grievous is gone. Yes. Along with that, we do have a full list of the level 4 affixes and level 7 affixes. And to those that aren't aware, we do have like a level 4 pool of affixes and a level 7. They never like mix, so you'll never get a couple of level 7s together. So how it works with the keystones, we've got a level 4 pool. So once your keystone reaches level 4, you get an additional affix. So the level 4 affixes for Season 2 are Spiteful, Sanguine, Bursting, Bolstering, and Raging. Along with that, when you get your keystone to level 7, you enter the level 7 pool, and the level 7 pool is Incorporeal, Inflicted, Entangling, Explosive, and Storming. So yeah, you pair a level 4 with a level 7, and that's how the keystones work. So if we sit here and we look at the combinations that we could have, we've got from the level 4, we've got stuff like Spiteful and Sanguine. If you pair that with a level 7 Entangling, where I guess you're CC'd and you can't move, the Spitefuls might do a lot of damage. They might be very hurty. That could be interesting. In terms of other combinations, looking at it now, I'm not sure on like the best and worst situations. Definitely need to do some testing and think about it a bit deeper. But yeah, the Entangling along with like Spiteful, even, I don't know, maybe Sanguine, because you like melee would be dealing damage and a mob gets killed. A crossover with Entangling happens. You could be standing in the Sanguine, and even the tank like kiting them out of it. I could see that getting really messy as well. So yeah, tanking, you're definitely gonna have to be on point with that combination. Overall thoughts a little underwhelming, to be honest. It doesn't seem very creative. I'm not sure. I need to see how the Inflicted and Corporal work out. The Entangling's kind of, I think it is how it sounds, to be honest. I don't think there's too much to it. I very much welcome the explosive change. I think a double thumbs up for me. I very much welcome this, especially as I'm going to be healing for Season 2. But yeah, the healers get memed on for that, and I think this is a great change, to be honest. Grievous is gone. Yes. All right, that's all I wanted to cover today. Let me know what you guys liked about the changes, the additions, the retirement. Let me know what combinations you think are going to be the absolute worst, or maybe potentially the better pushing weeks. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. Consider subscribing to the channel to keep up to date with what's going on in the Mythic Plus scene. If you want to watch me live or join me for some keystones, you can catch me live over on Twitch a few days a week. A link to that and all of my other socials can be found down below. But that's me done. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.